Hey guys, Empress H here. Today's video on the Easy Guaranteed Access series is on spinning the block. Sit tight for this one. This is gonna be a wild ride.
How do I spin the block? Lucky for all of us, squeezing my way back in there, no matter how impossible it seems, is my specialty. The first thing you want to do when spinning the block is keep it simple, okay? Hit them with a hey or slide up on their story and just say something about their story, okay? Nothing that when they screenshot it and send it to someone is going to make you look like a loser. If hypothetically the block spinning doesn't work, the reaction you want from them is, ugh, the audacity of this person. Not, oh man, they must be so down bad, blah, blah, blah. Now it's very simple. If they respond to the hey with another greeting, then you say, how have you been? That's how the conversation continues. But if you slid up on their story and they reply something related to your slide up, you're like, haha, that's crazy. How have you been now? The reason you want to slide in so casually like this is you don't want to remind them of what happened that made you guys stop talking. The barrier that stops a lot of people from allowing someone to spin the block is embarrassment, okay? They're embarrassed by what happened. Like if you ghosted them, they feel embarrassed if they take you back because it's like, wow, they did me so dirty and here I am. But the thing is, if you don't remind them of this, there's a much higher chance of them accepting it. A lot of people go wrong because they start reminding the person how grimy they did them. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I ghosted you and started talking to your sister. You don't want to do that, okay? You want to be simple. You want to let the past be the past. But anyways, when they tell you how they've been, ideally they say not good. So that way you can support and love bomb them through the trauma they're dealing with. But if they say they're good, you respond by saying you're okay, okay? Nothing more, nothing less, because you don't want to be too good, but also you don't want to be too bad because that's just not attractive. Now, at the end of that, you say, I've missed you, though. Now, most likely, depending on like how the context of the relationship played out, they're going to say, I miss you too. And this is when you pull out the big guns, you know, like, hey, I really want you in my life. I hope that can happen in one way or another. Now, usually by this point, you'll be fine. But some of them will bring up what you did. They'll be like, oh, you did X, Y, Z, though. You never communicated. It was really disrespectful to me, blah, blah, blah. Now, your response to this should always be, I'm sorry, I was going through something at the time. I should have told you. Now, most people won't ask what you were going through, but if they do ask, literally just make something up. And say something along the lines of you still wishing you were better for them, even in your time of strife. They're the most important person in your life. You've never stopped thinking about them, and you just want to make it right. You know what you two have is so special, it's them or nothing. Now, if you can get to that point in the conversation, for me personally, it's 100% success rate, okay? If they're not picking that up, I don't know what to tell you, but that's the best I can give.
I have noticed this pattern with men that 9 times out of 10 when they are being emotionally vulnerable with you, it's to someone manipulate you into giving them what they want. I know it's not all men, that's why I said 9 times out of 10 they are very strategic with this, so you cannot, yeah. My question now is, how do you know when it's genuine? Because personally speaking, I don't like to stick around to find out. I normally be like, I believe in you, wish them luck, and keep my distance. Especially with someone that projects their stuff onto you and causes you harm. Two things can be correct at the same time. Yes, he can be going through something, but that doesn't justify he's turning you into his emotional punching bag and dumping ground to project it on you and cause you pain. You are worthy of care and intentional actions even when they are going through something.
I don't know about y'all, but when a man that I used to talk to that broke my fucking heart spin a block on me, I be truly embarrassed. I be flabbergasted. I be like, oh my God, this man hates me. For real. That is not a flex. That's not a flex. You want to know why? You want to know if you still Donald Duck, bitch. And if he can make you quack. All right? It's duck season. And he had to get his ducks lined up. Then I had to sit back and think, girl, they always come back. They have no dignity. They have no respect for themselves. They always gonna come back. Because their mindset is, I don't feel guilty for hurting you because at the time it was satisfying my needs and giving me what I want. But at the same time, I don't hate you because you didn't do anything to me. It's so carefree when they spin the block. Act like nothing happened. Because what they was doing, what they typically do on a daily basis is satisfy their needs. Take care of themselves. Worry only about themselves. People who hurt people can never handle what they dish. Because people like them, they love to throw rocks and hide their hand. But the minute a person throw a motherfucking brick at their head, bitch, they're surprised. They're like, what is going on? Why would you do this to me? Yo, duck ass is just throwing buku rocks at the back of my motherfucking head. Bitch, you mad because I threw a brick? At least it was one.
Violence. Real gangsters move in silence. Where can I get my silence? Man, this is some bull silence. Oh, you just gonna keep on saying silence.
Tino shade, but the girls that be like, oh, I don't block. I need them to watch me be my best.
Respectfully disagree. Blocking is the clearest indicator that you are still upset.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but respectfully, this take does not hold water on a neurological level. right? And on a logical level too, but let's break it down. First of all, the thing about this take is that it is basically contingent on your awareness that this person is perceiving you, right? And that's what you're supposed to be not caring about. And for us as humans, right, we have circuitry, we have pathways in our brains that are wired around our interactions with people. So every time we interact with someone, whether it's like someone we built a relationship with romantically, on a friendship level, whatever, what have you, we basically have positive reinforcements of those pathways and we make them stronger. So when you are seeing that person come across in your story, you're seeing them, scroll across your feed, right? And you're like, oh, I don't care. You can say that, but what your brain is doing on a neurological level is basically putting an input into that pathway, strengthening that pathway that is making you desire continued interactions with this person. You want to continue watching this person watch you, which already completely nulls and voids the point that you truly don't care about this person. Whereas blocking somebody completely removes access on both ends. You can't see this person can't see you. It forces your brain to rewire these circuits, to completely repath these pathways that it has built around its interactions with this person, because you're no longer getting them. You don't see that person's name in your story. You don't see that person's profile. You don't see that person at all because they're blocked. That is how you truly show apathy. That is how you truly become apathetic. Because as long as you still have and are continuing to reinforce these circuits and pathways that you've built around these people or whatever, this person that you've been interacting with, you will not be able to not care about that person, because you will still be strengthening the pathways that you have around this person. So on a neurological level, all this mental gymnastics aside about, well, if you block them, it shows them this. If you block, no, block them, baby. If you really are trying to like completely, out of sight, out of mind, really rewire something, blocking them is probably your best bet.
A man spinning the block plays into the principle of easy guaranteed access, especially for an ego boost or getting validation that he still got it and has control over you. Also, caveat emptor, which means buyers beware, disclaimer, apply discernment. This doesn't apply to all situations in life. Another reason for spinning the block is maybe he sees you with someone else and wants to see if you still care about him at all. A pop culture example can be the characters in Sex and the City, Big, Carrie, and Aiden. We saw how Big was able to push and pull with Carrie and all that. As Nigerians say, Big had Carrie's mumu button. A more universal equivalent of this saying is when your controller says jump and you say how high. Another reason for spinning the block can be because he thought he could do better, overrated his value or overrated himself, then found out that you were his best deal and you were the best that he could ever do. Men will take what they can get. They do what you allow them to do. My suggestion on limiting the possibility of spinning the block, you need to block them, depending on your relationship and shared space you have with them. I put this element of depending because real life is not as cut and dry as saying it on the internet. Therefore, you decide for yourself the best way to remove and limit access in a way that maintains your other relationships and projects and doesn't negatively impact you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, comment. I would like to know your thoughts on this in the comment section. See you in the next video. Bye for now.